wanna be immortal, like a god in the sky. I wanna be a silk flower.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We are now filming for the part 2 of the activities during this week, and right off the bat, along with the unusually longer event review from this week, we want to dedicate a specific video towards Tsukuyomi's live stream, which already things are heating up, and we've got ourselves up to a level 8 crate, and you can see live stream donations coming in because, again, this is available to everyone. I believe we have to hit a certain commander level, which is 22. So at level 22 you'll get the global Tsukuyomi live stream, but if you are on a newer server, you may see yourself going through a live stream event during your first 7 days. So that is a good one for internal server activities to be active in, but this one is purely dedicated towards now cross server competition. So as you can see, I see folks that are on different servers and have different levels of merit donated to Tsukuyomi here. And what's really cool about the how to play is that due to the increasingly tense frontline situation out in the battlefield, Tsukuyomi is doing an online streaming service to gather supplies. So supplies here are going to include towels, ammunition, and rockets. Now there are ways to do this. Your individual towels are each worth 1 merit point, with your ammunition being worth 10 merit points, and your rockets being worth 50. So there you have it. At 50 merit, it's pretty solid. You can only ever purchase the rockets with tokens or through community events, which you can sometimes turn those. So keep an eye out for the Discord. If you're not joined, you should join, because we got tons of great guides and activities there. But I digress. So we were moving on. So we've got the base and the personal competition. So down here you'll see a button to register. I went ahead and registered my base during the review, and once you're registered and you're doing your missions, you can go ahead and complete some to earn yourself some towels. And this is going to be the best way for free to play to earn it. Just play the game, do your mines, do your arena challenges, but you have to do 5 summons every day. So don't just rip a tenner, do 5 single pulls and save the next 5 for the next day, so that you're also not wasting any tickets. But I'll go ahead and claim my towels. I'll log in for all of the days of the event, and you'll get an increasing amount of towels to go with it. You want to be very careful that you are participating in the event during the whole 7 days. And once you've got your base set up, you'll see the number of registrations, which we've only had a couple of hours since the reset, so I've got 6 folks in my group. And we're going to go ahead and start donating. So with the base, we will compete versus the other servers. It looks like it's not just within your cluster of 8, but within basically the global cluster. First place, second place, third place with Royal, I think that's 626. Akatsuki, which is 617, and I'm not able to read this one. You can expand the menu here too to also see what's going on. We don't see the server numbers here at all, you just see the name, so I kind of have to guess where they're at and go from there. So it looks like just the total container, maybe it's looking at overall participation, and everyone's basically there. It's just calculating everything that's been donated so far. See if we can slam that up ourselves. Nice. Personal as well with Lunia, or formerly known as Justerian, or formerly known as Anime Girls for a while, is in first place with a lot of folks from different servers. Crimson, C4 I recognize, Imagine, all the folks. I wish I could read the other names. Definitely come join out the English Discord and hang out and talk. I definitely like to get to know y'all. But everyone's participating here, and you can see the individuals. So like personal and base rewards are available. The ranking rewards are as such, where the top bases, or top bases in general would each get these rewards. That includes the top base frame with some gems, mark boxes, with first place being the UR mark box, a ton ton of gems, a ton of weapon tickets, and a ton of summoning tickets. So that's really cool. Base ranking 10. Are we really in 10th? Oh, sorry, that's personal. Oh, I guess we are. Morson's in 10th. Level 1, 69%. Very cool, very cool. Personal. These are pretty good rewards. Using your advanced relic crystals towards metals, but your top levels here getting pet fragments between Flora and Xiaofeng, weapon relic tickets. Oh, sorry, weapon voucher for any of the normal 4 races. A lot of gems. That's always helpful. And then also your 5-star medals. So your 5-star medal here is going to be very valuable, especially if you get the accumulation medal. I'm not liking this one has a bit of a nerf, but it is what it is. So your accumulation medal and medal support for the damage reduction are probably your 2 most popular ones to immediately make a 5-star with. And yeah, gems and an extra frame. Very cool. And then in your container, you'll get extra rewards here, which we're going to go ahead and start claiming these. Gems and weapon tickets, 4 days. 5th is one of the breaking points where everyone that participates, and as long as you were part of an active base or you've had people donate already, we are now able to claim ourselves a 4-star medal, which the stats are slightly decreased compared to a 5-star medal. But everyone, I probably highlighted this on the video too, the first 4-star medal that you want for a girl on your team that gets to her 8th or +8 weapon, going to be the accumulation medal for damage boost, attack, and increased attack over time. It's just incredibly valuable. I've got a couple of these myself because all the DPS girls want to have this, and ultimately you're trying to push for damage in the game. But you know, 4-star medal vitality for 60% chance to get 2 EP is quite good. Counter attack is also fantastic, especially for healers. Every time they get hit, they just have a 70% chance to follow up with an extra attack, which just means I'm going to heal a girl on the team. And medal support, which is 4% damage reduction boost for tribal teams. You know, if you've got yourself a team of 6 beast folk, well, that one girl is going to go ahead and get herself a 4 × 5, because it's for allies. You include yourself. 4 × 5 damage reduction boost. Pretty great. And medal purification here, attack and HP boost, but really hard to use with all these relics. Removing debuffs or negative statuses, none of which is just hilarious. Stun your opponent and deal some damage upon defeat. Yeah, so let's go ahead and claim that box. Why not? Now we're getting into summoning tickets, which is also including a ton of gems. Wow. You are mark box once we reach level 10. Now, depending on your circumstances, on the team that you have, you can switch towards different ones that are available. You'll definitely want to take a close look at which mark you're trying to get. So this one's available ideally if you were part of an active base, but here everyone is committing to donating to Tsukuyomi, helping out for supply shortage. So folks here are just going to be able to draw themselves a UR mark. Depending on what your team layout is, you may want to ask some questions about who could benefit from the UR mark the most. Usually it's going to be for the girl that's the highest rank or your DPS at first. If you've got Odo or you've got Moose or other specific support girls, then you might want to look at their particular support marks. Or if you've got other characters, you know, this one would be for Moose. Coco, Heaven's Gift for Saint Team, Sun Shannis with the Whirlwind mark. Clara for Starflyer, NMR goes to Angelica, Radiant for Lair, Wendy gets the Purify mark, and Oracle, human teams love Oracle mark. You know, that might not be too bad. Getting a damage boost of 8% up to 2 turns. 1 stack, not bad at all. We've not been able to claim these, we'll have to level up a little bit. Alright, so now the big point, what we're looking for. Merit. We talked about the different items. How do we get merit? How to use it? How to spend it? Event shop. You can spend gems here. Ultimately, I feel like it's a trap unless you're doing these 3 items. You know, you need these for leveling up your gear, your pets, or your girls. You get a 200 gem discount. There are other events currently going on where you can get the same deal, so you probably want to get it from there. Everything here, other than these 3 things, is basically a trap. These might reset daily, but you want to spend your gems on something else. Particularly the ammo pack. Exclamation point all day. You buy this every day, no matter what. If you log in while this event is going on, even if you're on a new server and you're seeing this video, every day you log in, it's minus 1,000 gems for the account for this ammo pack. Remember that these are worth 10 merit each. So this is basically 100 ammo, a 10 merit, 1,000 merit for you to put towards anything that's in the shop. If you miss a day, you're setting yourself behind on getting some of the merit rewards. So just make sure that you purchase the ammo pack every single day. I cannot stress that enough. It is very important. If anything needs to have gems saved for, it's for the ammo pack. Tokens. Like I said earlier, the rocket packs can only be purchased with tokens. Usually, if you are a mid spender or a heavy spender, you're going to start from the most cost efficient ones. So the daily rocket pack is just 1 and you get 10 rockets for 50. Work your way up to the 18 rockets, that is 25. Limit 10. Finally to the 68 rocket, which gives you 80. Limit 20. The pet packs here, they're okay, but ideally, if you just straight up use tokens to buy these, you are not assisting your base with anything. So you would probably wait, if you really are purchasing these pets with all the materials they come with, until you've probably cleared out the regular ones that you can purchase rockets for, and then spend merit to help your base and your personal ranking. Ideally, these are not good packs for you to buy early on. But when you move to merit over, you see we have pets here anyways. Try to get these before you try to purchase the ones for tokens, because you want to commit to helping your team out. So here we are. I've seen folks use resources such as merit for items in this shop that are not lower on this menu. So these are items that are usually widely available and can be purchased through events, can be purchased through a gem shop year round. And the Tsukuyomi livestream event only comes around usually every 2 to 3 months. So this is why I stress it. Just ignore the top part of this menu. When you start getting to the rarer items, this is where you can start considering things, but it's just worth for me to start from the very bottom. So, because you've got 7 days earning at least 2,000 merit, with some of it stacking at the end, you are able to stack 15,000 merit by the end of the event. That gives you a chance to acquire some of these items, especially if you participated in the community events. You know, you get yourself some rockets, or if you save merit from a previous event over to the next one. If you want to go for one of the 20,000 merit items, you will have to save for the next one. But 15,000 merit is achievable per event. That's going to go ahead and let you aim for a mark box or a UR pet box, which you cannot get any other way without spending. So free-to-play players, you want to look at your Chow Fang and your Queen Flora or a UR mark box. But because you can get the UR mark box in the base rewards, instead let's focus on the UR pet and the medals. UR pets, since you cannot get them anywhere else except here for free, you'll want to focus your merit onto these. 15,000 merit, and we know pets are the main way to level up your combat power, your CP level overall. Chow Fang is the pet that I would first recommend going for if you're looking at the pet. The 4-star medal box is how you get your medal of accumulation, so you want to aim for that first. And then from the pets, just to increase your overall power, and over the year and I'm playing the game, increase your team's overall combat effectiveness. Chow Fang is the first pet that everyone I would recommend go for. Try to get 2 copies, so you're going to go 2 live stream events aiming for a Chow Fang copy, so you have a 1-star Chow Fang. And what he ultimately does is, we can click on Xiaofeng here, apply Razzle and Dazzle. This is a joke. All right. He applies Dazzle to enemies in the front row, one enemy in the back row, and allies in our back row get the Ethereal Wind. And what happens here is we are basically increasing our direct damage to targets with Dazzle on the enemy team by that 15%. And we take 10% less damage as well. So ultimately a stat multiplier that you can start enjoying as soon as he hits a 1-star. And it's good stuff. Those Razzle, Dazzle, Spirit items actually have effects too. Dazzle reduces the crit rate and crit damage of those targets. And the Ethereal Wind, which is labeled as Spirit here, increases our crit rate and crit damage by 10%. Especially if they have Dazzle, it's an additional 10% damage increase. Yeah, so good stats from Xiaofeng that you want to look for, and this is why I recommend at least aiming for 1 star. So you need to get 1 copy and then an additional 50 fragments. If you are free to play, you'll spend that first in 1 Tsukuyomi livestream, and then in the second one, do it again. Now, if you save 5,000 merit, you will get the chance to get yourself the 5-star medal, which is Medal of Penetration, or the 5-star Medal of Accumulation box. So this box will let you pick up any that you want, which usually your first one's going to be the Accumulation Medal. It's giving you so much stats. And then also the Medal Penetration, which for 0 is fantastic. Any girls that love burst damage or doing so much damage early in the round is going to want the Medal Penetration, and that's how you can get it. So next, the UR Mark option, which for 15,000 merit. If you are running for a top base, you automatically get one. When you complete your crate 10, you automatically get another. And for any spenders, this is another way to get the 3rd mark box. So 3 UR mark boxes up for grabs during the Tsukuyomi livestream event. Relics, I usually when I do it here, you want to focus towards your pets, marks, or medals. So relics and gear, I just tend to avoid. It's not bad, but just not here. This is not the place to do it. If you're really close to maxing out and you're a spender, then you can consider it. But you probably even want to pick up multiple copies of the pet. If you can get to 30,000 merit, don't ask how I know. That is just great value, and you're set yourself with a 1-star Xiaofeng right away. And if you from a previous live stream event picked up shards and you want to complete the number of shards that you get, like say for example your base, well your personal actually I guess I should say, ranking rewards, you got yourself a 40 or a 30 or even a 20, and you can get yourself some copies of the other pet that can increase your chances of completing the 2-star or 1-star. Just go ahead and complete it. If, like say for example I came 4 for 10 with my base, I would try to target 30. And then I don't have to spend the full 15,000. I can spend it or save it towards something else, like the 5-star medal. What did you got here? The Dragon Shard and Flora Shard separately. 4-star medal, you can just avoid this. You're going to get the 4-star for free as part of the crate. SSR vouchers. Now, in the current server event, these are actually worthwhile because you're building up towards a limited event character, so these are good value, and I place these at each being worth 90 rainbow tickets, especially if you have 2, because you know you're counting a failed pity and a successful pity, and when you're pooling rainbow limited characters, it's 60 per guarantee draw, and with 2 vouchers you're usually missing a pity in between. So on average they're worth about 90 rainbow tickets a piece, and you know they're a little difficult to grind for. So this just helps you push up towards your oath, towards your 5-star of the normal race girls, especially when you're on an early server and completing your first DPS girl to really push content. SSR vouchers are good value, but I would rather wait in the cross server event to pull other items. In the current and the main server ones, you can just go ahead and pull your vouchers and be set towards your character. SR pet boxes for 12,000 are fantastic value and are going to have all the limited pets that are in the pet event if you want to check out our weekly event review. And you can get 3 of them in here, so that's 150 shards put towards your pet. SSR mark as well. I think I can just donate some of this to try and unlock it. Alright, so we've donated the ammo. Let's donate some rockets. We're already at 9. That's wild. Okay, so merit shop. What do we have in here? Mark box, DPS. We don't really have. It's a mark option 4. All right, so we're not getting the bomb marks or anything like that, but this mark box is all right. You've got your heal, heart link, DPS marks, your items for tanks and support. No wing blessing in here, but devotion, rock solid, martyrdom, purification are in here. So it's okay value. I personally would not go for the regular SSR mark box unless you've got a strategy that you're trying to pull off, but just not worth it. And past, basically these 6 are just not worth it at all to look at. They are achievable through other events. You can, if you're a spender, you can purchase it through other passes. It's just not worth it here. Everything from this point actually has value, especially UR pets, especially UR mark, and especially the 5-star medals. Until you've cleaned those up, then you can maybe start looking at the other items. But just personally, in my opinion, not worth it to go for the items above. So here we are, live stream event. Great for spenders, great for free to play. Everyone is winning. You're gonna get rewards, and as a server or as a base, depending on how it's usually set up, new servers experience this as a internal server event, while cross servers usually have a whole bunch more going on. Look at that, we've already reached rank 9. So this is wild. We're about to hit the UR mark box for crate level 10. We'll go ahead and donate the remainder of our items here. Let's just enter a number. We had 970 in there. So confirm that, donate it all. And then these rockets here, 60 times 5. I think it's gonna be 3,000. So let's go ahead. Yeah, so now we're at 7,700. So looking nice. We are now in second place with our 7,600. And yeah, there we go. And if you get to 15, personally, I think I would like to get a copy of our pet here, Chao Fang or Flora. I was also eyeing a UR mark box as I'd like to build my team around my Coco. And our medals, we've already got the box down here, so we're just gonna go ahead and grab maybe the damage resistance or a counter strike. That's just really good for our healers. We like it. Metal Vitality is a high demand metal, so that's also one that we can look at for our control girls. But that's what I have for Tsukuyomi's live stream. I expect if anyone has any questions or wants to ask about how some of these resources affect your current team, you'll feel free to drop those questions down in the comments below. Also join us on the community pages and ask any questions there. Share some pictures so we can better try to customize and personalize these advice pieces for how your team is currently building and what girls you're trying to target. But this is a very fun event overall, very good for community building, bonding as a base, and I've been very happy with the folks in our current cluster and also in the base. So shout out to everyone in our clusters, and shout out to everyone in the Morsta server. Very happy to be a part of this group. And we just have a ton of fun, and with doing normal dailies and seeing how these items affect our team building, it's just overall really fantastic. And I wish everyone the best gacha with any pooling that you're doing, but also with how these items impact your team. It's just great. And the developers, shout out to them. This event is just overall great for any player to be able to access any resources from the UR or endgame content. That's really good all around. So I want to thank everyone for sticking by us and watching to the end of the video. Feel free to drop any comments down below, but I think that's everything that we have for this one. If you're pulling gacha, then again, Best of luck to you and have a great one.